Yo, what's up and welcome back. Yes, back to Angel's Reach as always. I'm Angel, and today that's a reference to our hero Balthazar. Yo, what's up and welcome back. I already did the intro. What am I talking about? Yo, I'm sorry. I'm scatterbrained right now. I just uploaded a film Friday, I believe, on The Mandalorian and Obsession, and I realized as I was like going to post on my Instagram story about it. One of the pictures I wanted to use was from the Angelica Theater when I went to go see Our Hero Balthazar, because the bathroom or like the hallway to the bathroom was like this like shining esque, like really creepy, eerie hotel, like carpeted, dingy, fluorescent yellow lighting hall. And like very like it wasn't like necessarily backroomsy, but very much so like the kind of liminal esque. But I was like, oh man, that's really funny. And then I was like, wait, I kind of want to use that picture to promote when I actually talk about our hero Balthazar. And I was like, oh shit, I haven't talked about our hero Balthazar. And it's not for good reason. So if you haven't heard about our hero Balthazar, it is not like an independent movie, but it isn't like a blockbuster. It wasn't out in too many theaters, at least for that long. Directed by Oscar Boyson, helped produced by Oscar as well, but Ricky Camilleri, Jaden Martell, who is stars as the main the main protagonist in this movie, Balthazar. Now, I didn't know too much about this movie. I think I saw the trailer maybe once or twice in theaters, and I was super captured because it was like from like the producer of Uncut Gems and like Good Time with Robert Pattinson. And I haven't seen Good Time, but I've heard good things, good times about it. But I've heard. I mean, I know people really love Uncut Gems, and I went out of my way to see it. I had that part in my YouTube channel where I was like mad because people were saying like Uncut Gem Mogs across the Spider Verse, and I'm like, all right, come on, let's be realistic. So I had to give it a chance and watch it, and I ended up really enjoying it. So I was excited because it was sort of shot seemingly in the same tense way or same thriller suspenseful sort of way that Uncut Gems was filmed in. Oh my gosh, I'm losing focus. You're losing me, baby. You're losing me. Um, but I was really interested in it, but I am always like busy like every week trying to go to the theater and seeing another movie, and I don't think it was in the theaters for too long. And I was like, oh, I don't think I'm gonna get a chance to see it, which sucks because my friend is super into movies as well, and she actually moderated a like Q&A. Well, she's been moderating some Q&As and helping film them for with I think one of the producers, I believe, or writers, director. I'm really bad at remembering like titles and stuff like that, names and everything. But there was like a Q&A hosted with, I believe, one of the writers of the, again, producers maybe of it. And it was really dope. They were just asking a bunch of free flow questions, answering stuff about the movie after the movie finished and the credits rolled and everything. We jumped immediately into a Q&A, and that was dope. I got to meet up with my friend. uh we got to watch the movie together, and it was super. I think it was like her 10th viewing of it. Like, she loves it, and then I really enjoyed it too. What's funny though is I'll give you guys a little context before I actually go into the movie, because again, dark thriller comedy. The plot mainly revolves. Actually, you know what? I don't want to give you context. I'm gonna talk about the movie first. The plot revolves around Jaden Martell's character being like this new, like wealthy teenager, teenage high schooler that is like sort of playing on people's emotions and seeing that like they are like caring and passionate about like school shooters and stuff. And so like he uh sort of in an attempt to I guess popularize himself. I think there was also a girl involved. It was really intense. There was a lot of things going on, a lot of stuff like action wise, and also just a lot of swelling and tension that was going on with from like the directional shots to just like the following and the pacing. Everything was super intense and very much so, like always contributing to uh the what's it called, the energy and the oh my gosh, the theme and the motif of the movie, I want to say, like it all felt like super like tight and connected. And so um or it all seemed to make sense, I should say. But yeah. It stars Jaden Martell playing that teenager named Balthazar, who like sort of plays off the emotions of people, sort of the psychopath kind of character, like narcissist, who doesn't understand kind of like I want to say doesn't really understand like the relationships really well. But I mean, that uh he was the protagonist in the movie up until like about halfway through, or like maybe even a third of the way through, when the Issa Butterfield, who stars alongside Jada Martell in this movie, plays a school shooter named Solomon, who like threatens to like shoot up schools, and like Jaden had like, or Balthazar had this like really quick on and off like text message with for a bit, and then they just sort of went to shit, and then Balthazar went out of his way to actually go meet the school shooter to like prevent him from like actually going along with it. The whole time it was really like an impulsive, like not thought out, not fleshed out idea at all, and it kind of makes for this like spur of the moment relationship, and it creates a really weird dynamic between these two otherwise like strangers, like one living like in Texas in the South, and like his dad is like this like is hick a crazy word to you? I don't know. I was like thinking redneck. I don't know why I wanted to go with the K, like the aggressive slur sort of word, but yeah. Solomon is like this like lonely, depressed like school shooter who has like nothing going for him. Works at like a shitty job. The people that like are around him that he has a crush on doesn't even like him and stuff. So like it's real like very rare incel like life. And what's funny is that like the word incel is actually thrown in this word in this movie like a fair amount, and it was really funny because I was like, oh my gosh, this is real. Like, you know what I mean? I really appreciated like how um what's it called, realistic everything was. It was like creepily, like I could see like not anyone I know, Jesus Christ, but like I could definitely see somebody snapping and like really having like this moment of like I want to like like the like school shooting type thing. It was what the drama talked about. You know what I mean? With Zendaya, like it's crazy that there's two shooting movies in one year. Oh, no, it's not crazy. We have like hella shootings in the U.S. and stuff like that. I don't know the stats, bro. I don't know the stats, but what's funny is I believe the producer, the writer at the end talked about like wanting like the need to talk about these taboo subjects and the ability to like be able to like say this stuff, or like be able to like what's it called, communicate this or visualize or depict it for people, and like the almost like exposure therapy to it in a way, and like having us not like Clockwork Orange like force our eyes open and we have to watch the whole thing, you know what I mean? But it's definitely good to like have these conversations and then speak and really get, not empathize, but really get into the mind of like the decisions people make and the like the people they become, and you know what I mean? And what I really loved about the movie, first of all, like the pacing was incredible, very similar to Uncut Gems, and uh, not one battle after another. What's it called? Marty Supreme, where it was like a very tense. Again, Safdie brothers, like very similar directional style, like in terms of like filming and like the direction, filming and pace. Like I really loved like when there wasn't a lot of action and noises and like a intensity happening like directly on the screen, both visual like clutter and just like sound design and stuff like that. It was like a slow tense swelling building of that. So like even silent moments where like not necessarily a lot of actions are being taken, or like not necessarily a lot of dialogue is being shared. It's like the looks that they share. It's like the sound design. It's like the creepy music. It's the you know what I mean? It's like the dark lighting. Yeah, like all of it sort of adds to this really cold relationship, really complicated and fucked up dark relationship that Solomon, school shooter, ends up having with Balthazar. Like there was even a point where I think it almost like became romantic and stuff, but it was really just like the human connection of it all. You could tell Solomon's character. I think that what the again what the producer I believe said at the end was, he said like to describe the movie perfectly. I believe one of his coworkers said that the movie's about a crybaby pretending to be a badass and a badass pretending to be a crybaby, and I thought that was really funny because that really does depict the movie. Because Solomon, while you hear is like the school shooter and stuff, you really learn throughout the movie he's like this pathetic loser and he doesn't have a lot going for him, and that's why he has all these emotions pent up, and that's why he feels the way he does, but he doesn't really necessarily act on it yet until he goes out like shooting, you know what I mean, in the back of his wait, when he go out, I don't think it was like his backyard or anything like that. He went out shooting with Balthazar though, and it like was like freeing, and it was like this whole, it was a supposed, it was well, it seemed to be like this whole cathartic buildup of like this is like how like where all the tension gets released and gets dropped off, almost like a shoulder drop moment where you can be like, oh, him and Balthazar are finally like getting rid of all this tension and stress that they have sort of been building up with all their like individual anger and like what's it called? Balthazar's like really quick, impulsive, like drug addicty, like nonsensical, caring, like ass. You know what I mean? He's so what's it called? He plays like a so I guess like a sociopath, psychopath, a sociopath. I think in this character where he really does not care about the well beings of others as much as he cares about his perception of the of other. Wait, what? As his own perception of other people. Yeah, wait, I don't think I'm phrasing that right. He doesn't really care about people's well being as much as he cares about how they perceive him. There, that's what I meant to say. I was getting that all the way mixed up. Too many words, too much vernacular. You know what I mean? But the yeah. Balthazar plays a sociopath, and in a way, I thought that it was really hard to do. I asked in the Q&A, or like afterwards, I took a picture and I this spoke and I asked, I was like, who do you think this was harder for, like Jaden or Issa? Because like I remember seeing online Issa Butterfield who plays Solomon. I really hope I'm probably butchering the name. I don't care, man. I love you. I love your work. I don't know your name. Now you have to respect someone's enough to like pronounce their name right. But I'm. This is off the spread. This is like emotional right now. I don't have time to click. I clicked your name on Google and I didn't see the pronunciation thing. Maybe people just got it like that. But I just saw an interview you did with Kimmel or Fallon where you said they pronounce or Conan where they pronounced your name as wrong. Asa. So I'm not gonna say that, but I just did. Oh my gosh, I gotta calm down. Okay, yeah. No, Iro Balthazar, it was a fantastic dark comedy. And like I asked like who do you think it was more challenging for? Because I think people like didn't recognize Issa from previous roles. And I actually funnily enough bumped into Jaden Martell on the train. I was actually coming home from work on my way to the dispensary. I took the Q train to like downtown Brooklyn and as I was there, I saw him and I was like, oh shit, there's no way. I actually saw Jack Dylan Glazer from Black Adam and formerly It, the part two, or maybe it was part one, but it was like the newer, like the 2017 really newer, like that wasn't like a decade ago. Jeez, but I recognize Jack Dylan Glazer's face. He has kind of like that, like all due respect, but he has like that like annoying like kid face. You know what I mean? Like like sort of a Jack, ironic as Jack, but like a Jack has like vibe to him. I don't know. He also plays like those characters, you know, smart mouth. Uh, I bang with it super heavy, super tough. But I saw him on the train. And I was like, dude, am I high? Like I swear this is him. So I looked him up on Google. I was like, all right, it is him. And I was like, I'm not gonna mention anything. But then after a while, I was like, nah, I really want a picture with him. I remember really enjoying it and like going to the theaters to see and seeing how, like how scared I was of it. And it was definitely like a moment in time. And I was like, that's really funny. I don't think I'm ever gonna see like a celebrity. Well, maybe I'll probably see a celebrity again in New York again. But I was like, you know what? I'm not too cool to ask for a picture and everything. I went up, said what's up to Jack, and then he was talking to his friend or something like that. She was like, they were having a conversation, but then I didn't realize, but standing holding the pole was Jane Martell, and I was like, what the hell? You were also in, wait, it? No. I forget what other role I remember him from. Oh my god, that's so bad because I literally just was talking about Jack Dylan Glazer's previous role, and I'm literally talking about Jaden's movie right now, Our Hero Balthazar. But I didn't even realize it was him, and it was really funny because my friend was trying to get me to watch Our Hero Balthazar because it had been out at this point, but I just wasn't able to get to around. I wasn't able to get around to it. Just I was just busy watching other stuff. It didn't line up and stuff. And so finally I was able to watch it, and it's really funny because I was like, man, when I saw him on the train, I took the picture. I was like, oh man, I gotta go watch Our Hero Balthazar now, man. You know what I mean? And he was like, yeah, no worries, man. He was super chill. He had like some shades on, like actually like some like New Year's y like yellow like plastic shades on. It was actually kind of funny. I was like, that's such a vibe, okay. But yeah, so that was really funny. I bumped into Jaden on the train before I actually saw the movie. It didn't affect my viewing of the movie at all, really. But like, yeah, it seemed like a pretty dope dude. The performance was really dope. The bit I did at the beginning was really funny. When I started watching the movie, I saw Noah Centineo was in it. I was like, what the hell? And then I saw, and then I turned to my friend. I was like, really? She's like, yeah, he actually kills it in the role, and he plays like Jaden's life. He plays Balthazar's life coach, and yeah, I guess they don't have a really good relationship because of the stunt he pulled and like claiming that he like abuses him and just being an asshole. The whole yeah, again, sociopath. The whole thing he does, like just like getting out of whatever, getting what he wants, and sort of whatever he wants. You know what I mean? There's like he has our relationship with his mom as well. It's not there's no like real substance sort of thing there. Like he's like a spoiled rich kid, just does whatever he wants again. Like again, he was trying to get the girl by be like proving like, hey, look, here's what I'm doing to like stop school shootings. What are you doing? You know what I mean? Like sassy and it's really it's like uh well, it's a little bit of a complicated character, but it's also really funny. I think I had a lot of fun. Like a lot of the comedy in this movie came from Jaden Balthazar, like not reacting to stuff or like calling like almost reacting in the wrong way. You know what I mean? To like Issa's like outbreaks and like his the shit he would say essentially and. I thought that was super funny. I love that their relationship turned from like this like forced like random incident like impulsive decision to like an honest what's it called honest is a vulnerable a vulnerable sort of just state, you know what I mean, the Issa with like just everything that was going on negatively in his life and lesser to an extent Balthazar with what he was like sort of rather the lack of dealing with because he like again there was no real just a spoiled rich kid or whatever like going out of it like not really thinking this through and getting himself further than like deeper in shit than he thought he would. Really dope, really dope. I really gotta praise again the tension of it all, the suspense. Again, thriller, dark comedy. It was dark. It was there was like a few moments where it was like extremely like intense, loud, like action happening like on the screen. But for the most part, I think there was a really sick balance of like build up and like cathartic moments like that. Really dope shots and scenes and stuff like that. And again, the lighting was really dope. It was a moodier movie, so like a lot of like overcast, a lot of cool blue lighting, sort of twilighty situation, like very almost like coming of age, but yeah, just a lot darker. You know what I mean? But yeah. I mean, if you what's it called? I was gonna say if you saw the drama, you might like this movie. I that was a random ass connection. I was just thinking of it because of the school shooter thing and like the idea of like not empathizing with the not sympathize empathize. I don't know which one is better. But like I like just the idea of listening, I guess, and pontificating what like could be. I don't know. What's funny about this movie though is I actually I had some time to kill, and I was speaking of getting killed, bro. Shout out to Geese album getting killed. No, well, I mean Brooklyn band, I gotta support it, whatever. But they're a psyop, I heard. No, but what's funny about this is I actually had some time to kill before the movie. I was hanging out with my friends, and I was like, you know what? I'm super close to the second half, like theater, and like that's where I think my homegirl's gonna be like doing the Q&A. I've got $20 in my account right now for a movie ticket. I can, you know what I mean? I can watch a movie right now. So I had like 40 minutes to kill or something. So I was walking around Union Square, and then I got myself some edibles. I got myself like the Incredibles chocolate bar, like the 100 milligram thing. Had the whole thing. Definitely kicked in the movie and stuff, and that was super dope. But I mean, I don't think what's it called? I don't think I think I've got a pretty high tolerance, and so like eat like 100 milligrams. I definitely was feeling it. You know what I mean? But I will frequently pop 30 to 70. You know what I mean? Milligrams. Like if I do edibles and stuff like that, just because like high tolerance and stuff like that. But yeah, so I popped 100 milligrams of like this chocolate Incredibles, like I think it was like a milk chocolate one. I don't super remember. I think it was like a hybrid, whatever. It was really dope, and like I had it before the movie, and I was like, I really am just hoping, if anything, it just makes the base deeper, and you know what I mean. The colors a bit brighter. Wasn't gonna work for this movie because it was like darker and grittier, but I mean, like it didn't like impair me or anything. I still feel like I like thoroughly enjoyed the movie and was able to remember and absorb most, if not all of it. And I think it's a super dope film. I definitely recommend you go check it out. I don't know if this is a like Variety Wednesday or Film Friday. I didn't think I'd be able to talk about this movie as much because of how long ago I watched it. I think I watched it like 2 weeks ago, and I've been watching a movie like every week or two, or like I've been watching a fair amount of movies, and like they are starting to get like blend. They're starting to like blur together, you know, blend and mix and all that stuff. And so like, especially with like a lot of the, like the horror and dark comedies I've been watching, Over Your Dead Body, the drama, what's the Hokum, like all like these darker sort of movies, Obsession, like that's more horror than dark, but I mean like still dark comedy. It's got some dark comedy moments in there, but like I don't know, I've been watching a ton of stuff. It's been sort of bleeding together. I try my best to remember as much of the movie as I can. I also try my best to like record as soon as I can, but sometimes when I'm like after I watch a movie and I come home, it's too late and people are already home. I don't have time to record, and like also the next day I just will get lazy. I'll just be playing games on my phone, listening to music, getting drunk, or like I don't know, enjoying my day off and not actually recording when I still have to talk about a movie. Again, I just uploaded the Mandalorian Obsession video just now. It's June 5th as I record this right now, and I was like, oh shit, yeah, that's right. I haven't talked about Our Hero Balthazar yet. I haven't recorded anything about it. And I was like, man, I really got to do. I don't even think I logged in on Letterbox. You know what I mean? Like I just really enjoyed the film. I like watched it. I've been procrastinating it for a while. Not really procrastinating. It just didn't line up, like I said, and I finally got to see it, and I really enjoyed it. I super recommend it, especially if you like, again, like darker coming of age, sort of like sick characters and sort of like I I was gonna say delves because like I've been recently I saw a poster or something about some guy saying like people have been using the word delve more because ChatGPT, because the servers were like based in like Nigeria and stuff, and they actually do use the word delve more or something like that. I don't know what the specifics were, but I was like, oh man, really, we're taking words like that, like dang, but no, Jesus Christ, what the hell was I just saying? I just went on a whole tangent about fucking ChatGPT. That shit gets me so tight. Um, yeah. I I would definitely recommend watching Our Hero Balthazar. I had what's it called? Uh what the I just got thrown off completely because I was just so angry for a moment. I would definitely recommend watching this movie, dark comedy. I don't know how long it'll be in theaters and stuff. I know like my friend did like another moderated like Q&A thing and like another showing of it. So I know like the Angelica Theater is playing it sometimes. Maybe like some more like the Nighthawk or something like that might be playing it. Like one of those like more independent, non like big budget, non like Regal AMC sort of cinema places. But yeah. It's rated R. So I mean, keep that in mind. Don't bring your kids to this movie. But no, at an hour and 36 minutes, I thought that this movie was fantastic. I really do recommend you go watch it. It had my heart beating. It was a lot of intense moments, and also like some moments where you find yourself kind of rooting for the characters, even though you don't want to, and empathizing, sympathizing for them. Obviously, the writing and the situations that they're in, their settings, everything, their environment, everything that surrounds them. I think it's super fantastic. Again, the pacing was one of my favorite parts, and like this, the swelling of everything, seemingly how everything transitioned from one thing to another. It seemed like it was like again very Mario Supreme, one battle after another, like get up and go. This is happening now. This is happening. Uncut gemsy sort of pacing, intensity, and. I have no complaints. You know what I mean? Like off the top of my head, um, like I know it probably wasn't a five or anything like that, 5 stars out of five, but it really was a fantastic movie. 4.5 out of 5 stars from what I recall. But yeah, super dope. Like oh man, I just really recommend you go watch it. You know what I mean? I feel like I'm trying to convince myself to watch it. What the hell? I might go watch it again. No, but yeah, Our Hero Balthazar, definitely go check it out. Gab, thanks for putting me on. But also, just really dope films coming out. Watch stuff that's not in theaters for too long. Watch indie stuff. Watch low budget films. Support independent creatives and artists and up and comers and stuff like that, bro. Check out new art all the time. I'm out here liking TikToks with 2 views, bro. You know what I mean? Just because the music is really that good, the art is that good. Please support artists that do cool shit. Okay, cool. That's the end of my rant. That sort of was a little GPT tangent, just because like I'm really starting to appreciate. I mean, like I always appreciate art, I think, and stuff. Specifically like catchier stuff or things that like I don't know. I go out of my way to listen to or watch or consume, and so seeing like a lesser popular movie like this and seeing how great it could be, and not unfortunately seeing as much dialogue on it online as I kind of want. Um, that it happens. You know what I mean? It happens, and I just wish more people were tapped in and stuff like that. I wish I was more tapped in and stuff like that. I wish it didn't take me that long to see this movie. I probably would have seen it again. I don't know how long it's in theater and stuff like that, and I don't know when payday is. So you know what I mean? I'll just hold off on that right now and just enjoy the 50 cent movie tickets I get from Regal every time that I want to watch a movie. I was gonna say every day, but I don't go every day. It's fucking crazy. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. Watch Our Hero Balthazar. Like the bell, hit like the video, subscribe, all that, so you're notified whenever I upload and all that jazz. Thank you for watching. I'll talk to you guys later. Whatever.